The science fiction series Torchwood makes a return to our screens this summer with an unlikely outbreak of immortality, which causes a bit of a problem worldwide.
In it, no one dies. Everybody stops dying. It might seem like a good thing, but it soon leads to an overcrowded planet and the challenge of getting rid of criminals who've been sentenced to death.
That's where he comes in.
Oh yeah.
Hollywood leading man Bill Pullman plays a death row convict who proves impossible to execute.
Ooh. I know the law. That's good.
You do know the law.
Yeah.
I tell you, I think this programme, which we've seen, the first episode of, starts with the most disturbing scene I've seen in a long time, which is a lethal injection, which proves not to be lethal.
Yes, which is good and bad news. It's
Yes.
torturous, but the premise of the show, I think, is such a genius stroke. Russell T Davies,
He's brilliant.
coming up with a very simple conceit that no one
Yeah.
is dying, and that seems like good news, but it suddenly puts this massive strain on all the systems of society, medicines, food, everything becomes stressed, and it's a little bit of a nightmare version of kind of what we're in, with life prolonged, no matter what the quality.
It just puts it in very sort of sharp focus. There's
Yeah.
300, according to the program, 300,000 people die a day. It doesn't seem like very many, actually, does it? I mean, I suppose in global terms, still. Yeah.
But when they stop, and they still require the same medications they needed just before they died.
So the hospitals can't cope.
Yeah. So the world goes into a real tailspin, and then my character has this journey where I'm the most reviled person.
You are the most evil person. At the beginning, do you stay evil?
Well, he's reborn in a way. But no one wants him to live. They can't kill him again. And he's thrown into another kind of hell, which is being on a talk show. And but in that moment,
hellish,
there's
isn't it?
well,
You can understand that.
for some. But he's thrown into this thing, and suddenly he's has a kind of transformation, and people begin to listen to him, and so he starts this journey into powerful kind of leader.
I was wondering where Russell T got the name from, Oswald Daines. It sounds like it must be an anagram.
Yeah, it's strange with characters because I noticed in the scripts my name kept changing. It was Oswald Jones, and they do all the legal parsing and then come up with one that they think
Don't know
is
where he
good.
got it from.
Isn't associated. Nobody in the world's ever been called Oswald Daines before. You hope.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Otherwise there'll be legal action forthcoming.
But there was a saint in the 8th century named Saint Oswald, and so it's kind of a good tie-in because I go towards a messianic phase myself. So,
What did you make of Russell T when you met him?
well,
Because he's an extraordinary character, larger than life. Wrote a Doctor Who series and then went off to the States, and this is going to be shown in the States as well, Torchwood.
Yeah, and I didn't expect. I'm thinking of prototypical Welsh like Anthony Hopkins or Richard Burton, dark, moody, and he's bright,
Valiant, yes.
Oh, just such a passionate, and he is such a generous spirit and very respectful of everybody that works with him, and he has really now quite a following in the States, because he and Julie Gardner, they run a very, very professional operation.
Did you get Doctor Who in the States?
Yes, on
You did?
BBC America.
Oh,
yes.
okay. So you're already aware
and
of his
Torchwood
work.
also.
Yeah.
But I'm not a television watcher, so I had heard about it, but I hadn't watched it. And then once I agreed to be on it, and it came out in the news, extraordinary people, I realized were watching it. I have friends who are astronauts, because I did a project involving space, and NASA people love Torchwood.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's sort of even more sci-fi really than Doctor Who in some ways, and it's really expanding this series because it's gone international into America, and you filmed some of it in Los Angeles. Normally it's filmed in sort of the back streets of Cardiff, but this time...
Yes, Warner Brothers lot. Yeah, and John Barrowman and Eve Miles, putting around in golf carts and things. That was kind of surreal for them and us.
And there's this line as well where one of the characters is crossing the Severn Bridge, where he's outraged. He's American. He is outraged that he has to pay to go into Wales. And he says, "Wales is insane," which is my favourite line, I think, of the programme. So this is a 10-part series, isn't it?
Yes, 10 parts. So it's going to play, once a week. It's coming soon on BBC One.
Excellent. Good. We'll look forward to it. And,
it's great. First episode.
Yes, and you do evil
good.
very, very very well. Does it come naturally to you, evil?
Oh, yeah, ask my kids. They would definitely support. No, it's a really unusual character, I have to say, because it's not. He's given a chance to be reborn. So, you know, it's like all of us. You know, when you give this, well, how much of your baggage are you bringing along? How much can you shed? You know, and
Well, we're giving you the evil eye because
Yes.
we got to
Time to
go and we've run out of time. It's lovely to see you, Bill. Thank you very
Good to
much
see
for
you.
coming in.